Hey folks, so you're 29 going 30, or you're 32, 33 years old. You could be even 20 and just can't wait to get married. Okay, but mainly if you are reaching that late 20s and your early 30s and you're just wondering, what the hell, why am I not, why can't I get married? Why is it every time I'm about to get married, something goes wrong? Okay, I have money, my career is set, but I just can't get married. What is going on? Well, this is where I come in. This is where I come in as the hitch to help you, okay, to get married. Pretty much through astrology, you can easily find out if you are going to get married early or late. And so topic today is going to be late marriage. Okay, what are some of the combinations and things that bring about a late marriage? In astrology, there's something called rising signs. Okay, your first house or your ascendant is known as your rising sign. So the time of your birth, the time you were born, the sign that was rising on the east, where the sun rises, that zodiac sign becomes your ascendant sign. And you can easily find this on Google, what your ascendant sign is. Okay, so depending upon what time you were born and that ascendant, it kind of maps your entire life. And there are certain rising signs that actually completely gives a solid answer as to if you're going to get married late or early. So as far as ascendants are concerned, Cancer ascendants and Leo ascendants are two ascendants that should always get married late, will always get married late. However, Leo ascendants are not as prone to a late marriage as Cancer. If you are a Cancer ascendant, if your rising sign is Cancer, just forget about early marriage, because you have a free will to get married early. But the decision if that marriage is going to last or not for a lifetime is up to the planets. So when you're a Cancer ascendant, please just get married in your mid-30s or your 30s, because your 7th house, okay, from your ascendant is ruled by Capricorn. And Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. And Saturn is a very slow-moving planet. And Saturn is the one that makes you patient. It wants to teach you patience. So it brings everything in life late. So when it's ruling your 7th house of marriage and partnership, okay, it brings about late partnership, late commitment, late spouse in your life. But let's find out what are some of the planets, that bring about late marriage in your life. Now, there are certain planets, okay, that bring about delayed marriage. There are certain planets that completely deny your marriage, okay? But the planets that mainly, bring about late marriage are planets Mars, Sun, and Saturn. Okay, these are the three main planets that I've seen over and over again bringing about delay in marriage. So remember, your 7th house is a house of marriage. So anytime this house is damaged, it either denies a marriage or brings about late marriage. So anytime in your 7th house, if you have Sun, Mars, or Saturn, okay, it brings about late marriage. It brings about prosperity in your 30s, in your mid-30s, okay? So if you have a Saturn in your 7th house, that pretty much means you should get married after 35, okay? Or between 34 and 35, okay? Otherwise, it's going to end up in divorce. I've seen this with my, this person that I consulted back 3 years ago. I told her, don't get married. Not until you're 32. She didn't listen. She got married at 27. By 29, she was divorced. Okay? So it pretty much proves that, a point. Now, a planet can aspect the 7th house. So if Sun, Mars, and Saturn are aspecting the 7th house, that's going to bring about delayed marriage too. So Sun usually aspects just the 7th place from itself. So if your Sun is in the 1st house or 7th house, that's going to bring about late marriage. Okay. If Mars is placed in the 12th, 1st, 4th, and 7th house, it's going to bring about delay in marriage. And it has nothing to do with you being a manglik. Unless, okay, there's a positive aspect on the 7th house by Jupiter. Then you can get married at an average time, like 24, 25. Saturn, okay, being in the 1st house, 5th house, 7th house, and obviously 10th house, it brings about late marriage because from all these places, Saturn either aspecting the 7th house or is in the 7th house, which is the 7th place, you know. So these 3 planets mainly cause delay in marriage. Okay, and these are the 3 planets that you really want to look at, where they're placed in your horoscope to see if you should get married early or late. And this is why it's so important to know, you know, your astrological chart in order to, you know, just bring about some sort of serenity in your life, bring about a balance in your life. Now, another thing to look for is the signifactor of marriage in your horoscope. Signifactor of marriage simply means there are certain planets that signify something, no matter where they're placed. So signifactor of marriage is Venus in a person's chart. So when Venus is damaged, okay, or Venus is with Saturn, or Venus is with Sun, okay, that can bring about a late marriage or can deny a marriage depending upon the severity of how badly the Venus is placed. Okay, and also you want to understand is that for men, it's Venus. Okay, so signifactor of marriage is both for men and women is Venus. However, female should also look at Jupiter because Jupiter represents the husband. So if they're trying to get married, they want to see the condition of Jupiter. So if Jupiter is with Saturn, okay, or Jupiter is sitting in the 7th house with any negative planet like Mars, Saturn, or Sun, that also brings about an obvious delay in marriage. Because not only those malefic planets are delaying your marriage, they're damaging the signifactor of marriage, which is Jupiter. Now, you guys must be wondering when I earlier said that Cancer ascendant and Leo ascendant, you know, how they usually get married late, or they should, especially Capricorn. The difference between the Leo and Cancer ascendant 7th house is, even though they're both ruled by Saturn, because Capricorn, which is ruling the 7th house for Cancer, and Aquarius, which is ruling the 7th house of Leo, are both ruled by Saturn. However, Capricorn is considered more of a difficult position, more of the dark side of Saturn, where Aquarius is more of the lighter side of Saturn. Where Aries is the lighter side of Mars, the positive side of Mars, Scorpio is the negative side of Mars. So this is why the impact of Cancer ascendant is severe regarding their marriage prospect versus a Leo ascendant. But both have been known to suffer because not only is Saturn the enemy of Sun and Moon, especially Sun mainly, he's kind of neutral with the Moon, but the 7th house is definitely being ruled by the sign, which is ruled by Saturn, the slow and the delay of things. Okay, so basically this was the very basic scenario to look for in astrological chart to see if someone's going to get married late. This is not about denial of marriage. Okay, that'll be another horoscope that I'll do about, and I think I've already done it, the denial of marriage and my divorce in astrology. But if you are not getting married, if you're thinking why is it that I'm 28, 29, check your chart. Okay, it's probably for your own good that you're not getting married right now. Okay, if you want a long-lasting marriage and you have these alignments, it's better to be patient. So anyway, if you're new to my channel, subscribe above. More useful information is going to be coming soon. Otherwise, check out the link below on my book, on my website, on my blogs that I've written there to give you all the information that you need on some of the myths and misconception of astrology and to make astrology more interesting to you guys and more easy. Thank you.